To lift the most weight possible, you need to have absolute control over all parts of your body and be incredibly efficient with all your movements. We will be efficient in this video as well. First things first, you need to find the right shoes. If you are cheap like me, squatting barefoot will do the job just fine, because squatting barefoot is better than squatting with bad shoes. Regular shoes have cushion, and think what a cushion is. It has a sponge. Think what a sponge does. It absorbs things, aka it absorbs your kinetic output and makes you weaker. You want to look for something that has a hard sole. If you're a powerlifter, you want some ankle support, something like this. This is my first choice. If you're an Olympic lifter, you might need something a little different. You don't want a high top, and you probably want an inclination in the sole, something like this. It gives you more flexibility and movement. Now that you're barefoot or you have some nice comfy shoes, start squatting, and I mean warming up. Don't get cute and do all these other crazy little movements. Well, you can do that too, but squat more in general. If you're very experienced, you can make big jumps in weights, but otherwise everybody should be doing more sets leading up to their heavy sets. Now that we are warmed up and ready to get under the bar, we have to get the proper hand placement. The closer the better. The closer your hands are together, the more tension you will have in your upper back. Bigger people will not be able to get so close, but get as close as you are comfortable with, or as you are flexible with. And remember, we do want tension and control. This will create tension, which leads to control. Next, you want good bar position. There's two positions, low bar and high bar, but there's everything in between as well. Low bar, you rest it on the back of your rear delts, and a high bar, you rest it on your traps. Regardless of which position you use, make sure you dig it in deep. Most powerlifters use a low bar position, including myself. So many people have such ugly walkouts, and it begins with unracking the bar. You want to make sure the J-hooks are at a good level. If they're too high, you will use your tippy toes to come off, and that's absolutely horrible. If they're too low, you will exert too much energy unracking it. But anyways, when you are walking out of it, first you want to make sure you're directly under the bar, meaning the center of gravity is under the bar. You don't want to waste too much energy walking out. You also want to make sure you take a deep breath before you walk out. You already want to start building that stability and control. You then want to make sure you walk out in 3 steps or less. Every step, every movement you make is energy being wasted, it's control being lost. So it's very important. Next, before you go down again, you want to make sure you take a deep breath into your stomach before you go down. You want to take a deep breath into your stomach and hold it. This will create stability and it'll take off stress off of your lower back. So this is probably the single most important tip. Now that you are ready to descend, we are going to squeeze our traps. This will help keep stability in our upper body, especially our chest. And you're going to bend at the hips first, meaning you're going to move your hips first. This will help generate hip drive. And while you're going down, you're spraining the floor. This will help keep stability in your lower body. And remember, you're holding your breath the whole time. This will help keep stability in your core. Then when you're in the hole, which is the bottom of the squat, you want to squeeze your glutes, push off the middle of your feet, and push against your stomach. This is very important. You push against your stomach. This will help use your core. And lastly, you want to make sure you follow through. You can actually see the bar jumping off of my back, and now I don't actually want that to happen. That's a mistake on my part, but following through is an important aspect of any sport. Think of tennis or etc., or pool or football. All of that stuff it applies to. You want to make sure you don't stop at the first sign of resistance.